Welcome to Trendverse by Uzma Amin, your destination for the latest trends in AI, online earning, blogging, finance, technology, and future skills. If you want to stay ahead, learn smarter, and grow faster in the digital world, you're in the right place. Subscribe to join our growing community. Like and share to support valuable content. Turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Let's learn, earn, and grow together.
All right, so we've all seen those websites, right? The ones promising you can make easy money, right from your couch. But are they for real? That's the big question. Today, we're going to dig into one of them, ySense, and figure out if it's a legit way to make some extra cash or just a total waste of time.
I mean, the dream is pretty appealing, isn't it? You imagine making a few clicks on your lunch break, maybe filling out a couple of surveys while you're watching your favorite show, and boom, suddenly you've got some extra cash for that daily coffee or that new gadget you've been eyeing. And yeah, ySense really leans into that idea.
But let's be real, this is where that dream usually hits a wall. I'm sure we've all been there. You sign up for a site that promises you the moon, but all you get is this frustrating maze of clicks that ends up paying you like pennies. It's a classic story. So where does ySense fit in? Is it different? We're going to find out. Okay, so to figure all that out, we've got to start with the basics. You can't really judge something until you know how it actually works, right? So let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine of ySense.
So what is ySense really? Well, at its core, it's basically a marketplace. Think of it like a matchmaker. You have companies on one side that need opinions, your opinions, and they're willing to pay a little something for them. On the other side, you've got people like us. ySense is just the platform that connects the two. And hey, it's not some fly-by-night operation. It's been around for a while, which definitely adds a bit of credibility.
All right, so how do you actually make money on this thing? Well, it boils down to three main ways. First up, and probably the most common, are paid surveys. Super simple. You give your opinion, you get paid. Then you've got offers. These can be a little more involved, like maybe signing up for a website or testing out a new app. And last, there are microtasks. And they are exactly what they sound like, tiny little online jobs. They all take different amounts of time and pay differently, so you can kind of pick and choose what works for you. So that's the how. It all sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? But, there's a big difference between how something should work and how it actually works. So now, let's get to the part we all really care about. What's the reality of earning money on ySense? This is where we gotta manage our expectations a bit. Okay, let's just get this out of the way right now because it's super important. ySense is not a get-rich-quick platform. Not even close. If you're walking in thinking you found some kind of winning lottery ticket, this ain't it. The whole system just isn't built to make you rich. Having the right mindset is everything here. You're not going to replace your full-time job with this. Not a chance. What you can do is think of it as your coffee fund. Or maybe it pays for your streaming subscription. Or, hey, maybe it buys you a pizza every Friday night. It's the classic definition of a side hustle, something you do in your spare time. All right, expectations are now in check. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Everything in life has its good points and its bad points, right? There's always a trade-off. So let's put ySense on the scale and see how it balances out. So the good news first, it's totally free to join. The barrier to entry is like zero. Plus, when you do make some money, getting it out is pretty easy through things like PayPal. But, and this is a big but, here's the bad news. The number one frustration people have, getting disqualified from surveys. Just imagine it. You spend 10 minutes answering questions and then bam, sorry, you're not a fit. It happens. A lot. And man, that can really kill your motivation. Not to mention, how much you can actually earn really depends on who you are and where you're from. So that brings us to the big final verdict. But look, I'm not just going to give you a simple yes or no answer here. Because the question we should be asking isn't, is ySense any good? The real question is ySense good for you? And that's what we need to figure out. Let's just boil this all down to the three main takeaways, okay? Number one, it's legit. ySense is a real platform, and yes, it does actually pay you. Number two, the earnings are small. We're talking pocket money here, not a paycheck. And number three, you gotta have patience. This is definitely a marathon and not a sprint. You have to be consistent to really see any results. And that brings us right back to where we started, with a question. But this time, the answer isn't up to me. It's up to you. You know the deal now, right? It's a trade-off. A little bit of cash, paid out consistently, in exchange for your time and your attention. So is that a trade you're willing to make? At the end of the day, it all comes down to one really simple, really personal question. What is your time worth to you?